This is a LibriVox recording.
All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain.
For more information or to volunteer,
please visit LibriVox.org.
The Eclogues by Virgil. Eclogue 5.
Menalcas, recorded by Leni.
Part of Mopsus, recording by Anno Simon.
Why, Mopsus, being both together met, you skill to breathe upon the slender reeds, I to sing ditties, do we not sit down here where the elm trees and the hazels blend?
You are the elder, 'tis for me to bide your choice, Menalcas, whether now we seek yon shade that quivers to the changeful breeze, or the cave's shelter. Look you how the cave is with the wild vine's clusters overlaced.
None but Amyntas on these hills of ours can vie with you.
What if he also strive to outsing Phoebus?
Do you first begin, good Mopsus, whether minded to sing aught of Phyllis and her loves, or Alcon's praise, or to fling taunts at Codrus? Come, begin, while Tityrus watches o'er the grazing kids.
Nay, then I will essay what late I carved on a green beech tree's rind, playing by turns and marking down the notes, then afterward bid you Amyntas match them if he can.
As limber willow to pale olive yields, as lowly Celtic nard to rosebuds bright, so, to my mind, Amyntas yields to you. But hold a while, for to the cave we come.
For Daphnis, cruelly slain, wept all the nymphs. Ye hazels, bear them witness, and ye streams, when she, his mother, clasping in her arms the hapless body of the son she bare, to gods and stars unpitying poured her plaint. Then Daphnis to the cooling streams were none that drove the pastured oxen, then no beast drank of the river, or would the grass blade touch. Nay, the wild rocks and woods then voiced the roar of Afric lions mourning for thy death. Daphnis, 'twas thou badst yoke to Bacchus' car Armenian tigresses, lead on the pomp of revellers, and with tender foliage wreathe the bending spear ones. As to trees, the vine is crown of glory, as to vines, the grape, bulls to the herd, to fruitful fields the corn, so the one glory of thine own art thou. When the Fates took thee hence, then Pallas' self and even Apollo left the country lone. Where the plump barley grain so oft we sowed, there but wild oats and barren darnels spring. For tender violet and narcissus bright, thistle and prickly thorn uprear their heads. Now, O ye shepherds, strew the ground with leaves, and O the fountains draw a shady veil. So Daphnis to his memory bids be done, and rear a tomb, and write thereon this verse: I, Daphnis in the woods, from hence in fame am to the stars exalted, guardian once of a fair flock, myself more fair than they.
So is thy song to me, poet divine, as slumber on the grass to weary limbs, or to slake thirst from some sweet bubbling rill in summer's heat. Nor on the reeds alone, but with thy voice art thou, thrice happy boy, ranked with thy master, second but to him. Yet will I too, in turn, as best I may, sing thee a song, and to the stars uplift thy Daphnis. Daphnis to the stars extol, for me too Daphnis loved.
Than such a boon what dearer could I deem? The boy himself was worthy to be sung, and many a time hath Stimacon to me your singing praised.
In dazzling sheen with unaccustomed eyes Daphnis stands wrapt before Olympus' gate, and sees beneath his feet the clouds and stars. Wherefore the woods and fields, Pan, shepherd folk, and Dryad maidens thrill with eager joy. Nor wolf with treacherous wile assails the flock, nor nets the stag. Kind Daphnis loveth peace. The unshorn mountains to the stars uptoss voices of gladness. Ay, the very rocks, the very thickets shout and sing. A god is he, Menalcas. Be thou kind, propitious to thine own. Lo, altars four, twain to thee, Daphnis, and to Phoebus twain for sacrifice we build. And I for thee 2 beakers yearly of fresh milk afoam, and of rich olive oil 2 bowls will set. and of the wine god's bounty above all, if cold before the hearth, or in the shade at harvest time, to glad the festal hour, from flasks of Areusian grape we'll pour sweet nectar. Therewithal at my behest shall Lyctian, Aegon, and Damoetas sing, and Alphesibeus emulate in dance the dancing satyrs. This, thy service do, shalt thou lack never, both when we pay the nymphs our yearly vows, and when with lustral rites the fields we hallow. Long as the wild boar shall love the mountain heights, and fish the streams, while bees on thyme and crickets feed on dew, thy name, thy praise, thine honour shall endure. Even as to Bacchus and to Ceres, so to thee the swain his yearly vows shall make, and thou thereof, like them, shalt quittance claim.
How repair thee for a song so rare? For not the whisp'ring south wind on its way So much delights me, nor wave-smitten beach, Nor streams that race adown their bolded beds.
First this frail hemlock stalk to you I give, which taught me, Cordon with love was fired for fair Alexis. Ay, and this beside, who owns the flock? Meliboeus?
But take you this shepherd's crook, which, how so hard he begg'd, Antigonus, then worthy to be lov'd, prevail'd not t' obtain. With brass, you see, and equal knots, Menalcas, fashion'd fair. End of Eclogue 5.